All right, what's up, everybody? Welcome to episode 11 of Food for Thought. My name is David.
My name is Kim.
And I am Steve.
Hey,
Steven Wong.
hey, what up, Steve?
Oh,
Thank you, everyone.
I like it. I like it.
That's it.
Full stadium tonight.
Yeah, we got a packed
Nice.
house.
Hopefully, we've got a packed out audience more
Yeah.
than what the NBA is getting right now. Because I'm a bit sad. I'm a bit sad that basketball's not on, but I hear it's returning soon. So
Oh, nice. And that'd be good. It's a weird time, huh? It's a very weird time for sport, for
for
life.
sure, for sure. I'm sure you've had that conversation with a lot of guests in the last 2-3 months. So yeah, man, it's just it's a different world we're in right now, and we're definitely going to come out of it a little bit doing everything different, doing things differently. You know, the way we
Yeah.
work, the way we interact with people, just everything, man. So yeah, it's going to be a while, but we'll see what happens.
Yeah, one day. Man. How is it? How's it been for you, man? Like, has it changed your life drastically, or have you had to make a lot of adjustments? Have you found any improvements, or what's it been like for you?
Yeah, man, it's been interesting. Like this whole self-isolate thing has really allowed me personally to kind of sit back and really just look at what I'm doing with my life and what I'm doing in general,
Mm.
and really reconnect and find some old hobbies and passions that I didn't dedicate any time to do while I was busy working and doing all this other stuff because I had such a busy life. But now that I've got a few extra hours a week, available, I really was able to just find things I enjoyed doing when I was younger and bring back that kind of passion. And I'm actually loving it right now because, one of the things that I started doing, and I've talked to a couple of people about this already, Vince would know about it, Vince from Rewind, is that I was cleaning up the garage the other week, and I found my old basketball cards.
Oui.
And I'm a basketball fan, and I used to collect a lot of basketball cards, and I found these cards, and I thought, geez, it's been 20, 30 years since I've seen these. And I opened them up, and I found, there's Kobe Bryant rookie cards, Kevin Garnett rookie cards, and all these, rookies from the 90s, because I was a 90s kid.
Mm.
And I just thought, yeah, I wonder what the card collecting scene's like right now. So I've been kind of just looking at it and just following a few groups because, it's a bit of fun. It's a hobby. And I'm just seeing opportunities there, and I reckon I can turn that into a bit of a side hustle because it's a huge industry, and it's $1 billion industry.
How much are we for your collection?
It's not a lot, but I've spent a lot of money in the last month buying up new stuff because I'm trying to turn it into a bit of a side hustle. Like you said, I'm always finding ways that I can hustle and do something else, not just the job that I'm in right now. Yeah.
Nice. Okay. Well, in terms of like hustling, I'm interested to know then, how did you get to where you are today? What's your story, man? Like, because I know we've seen each other around like back in the day, back in the Rewind days, and you guys are doing your thing at AHC. And we were like little shits, and we were just like, oh my god, look at Rewind! Like,
Woo, Rewind!
Yeah. How did your journey start with dance, and then how did you transition from dance into hustling and into finance and the whole finance world now?
Yeah, man. All right. So we'll rewind it back. Rewind.
Calm down.
So, I got into dance, in a strange way. I was in high school, I had a mate that was always we had these talent quests at school. I don't know if you guys had the same thing, but year 9, year 10, that would have been for me, 97, 98. I had a mate that was always entering these talent quests. So if you have talent, you perform and whatever. So his talent was dancing. And he was a part of the Johnny Young Talent School. I don't know if you've ever heard of that before, but Johnny Young was a very prominent Australian icon in the 90s that represented young Australian talent. And he kind of, get them into entertainment industry. So this guy, traveled to Disneyland and Disney World to perform and this and that. And he also, was obviously a schoolmate. So anyway, I saw him on stage, and he was a break dancer. He was moonwalking. This was the first time I'd ever seen the moonwalk. And I was like, shit, I was only seeing MJ do it. I've only seen MJ do it. And to see this guy do it live and then win these comps, I thought, I want to learn. So I reached out to him and I said, hey, can you take me to where you learn or where you do these classes? And so obviously being a mate, he did it. And he brought me to United Styles.
Oh, wow.
The OG studio. So I don't even know if that's still running.
It's still there. It's still there. Shout outs, United Stars. We were there at the start of this year before St Kilda. You know how Colette organises their St Kilda festival performances?
Yes.
So we did a little run through there, and that was the first time I was there in ages.
Yeah.
And it's still there, man. It's still doing its thing. I don't know about doing classes there though.
Yeah. So, having Arch there, if you've met Arch before from Wicked Force, there was some really cool teachers there. And, the one thing that I was really interested in back then was popping. So that's where I started. I started out learning popping, just the basics of Boogaloo, those types of fundamentals. And then it just grew from there. And then, you start connecting with other dancers and whatnot. And eventually I got picked up or joined a little university dance crew.
Oh, yeah.
And I was, at the time, Rewind was, doing a lot of these club gigs. That was the crew that I was kind of following around. Every time they performed at a club, I wanted to be there and watch them. And I didn't know any of them personally. And then one time, my little crew, uni crew that I was a part of, was performing at the same event that Rewind was, and this was at the Richmond Festival, Chinese New Year.
What uni was this?
This was Melbourne Uni, and I didn't even go there, but I joined. I snuck in and I made it. So we just did a lot of uni stuff like RZM balls and uni balls, whatever.
Yeah,
wherever you can perform, it's just that thrill. Yeah, so I guess from the Richmond Festival, I started connecting more with the crews and different crews at that time, and became built a bit more of a friendship with the Rewind crew. And I had another friend at the time that danced in the crew that I danced in, that uni crew, Susanna, who's also a part of Rewind. I'm sure you guys know who she is. And we kind of really gelled well with those guys. And then at one time we were just out eating together, and they just paused for a second and just addressed Susanna and I and said, hey, we've got a question, are you guys interested in joining our crew? And we just looked at each other and was like, are you fucking serious?
Wait, at a restaurant?
Hey, yeah, at a restaurant. Yeah,
Wow.
Yeah, no, we were eating with them.
Oh, okay.
It wasn't attached to
we were just all together, and asked us to join. And from there, that was probably back in 2000, 2001, and the rest is history.
Wow.
So, it's been 20 years now with the crew. A lot of blood, sweat, and tears, late night rehearsals, and I'm sure you guys do the same yourselves.
Yeah.
But I met a great bunch of guys and girls. Great lifelong friendships, and I'm very grateful for the opportunity that they've given me to get into this dance community and just learn and grow and connect with other people. So yeah, that's kind of the dance journey. And obviously we stopped doing competition. I think it was 2013 we stopped competing. I think the big goal for us was AHC. And for the 4 years before that, we came second, third, fourth, and we thought, are we just having this bad luck? And we thought, we just got to come up with a show. And Vince is an absolute genius, in terms of choreography and putting shows together. He's like the MJ of the Chicago Bulls. I don't know if you saw The Last Dance documentary.
Oh, love it.
So good. Yeah, man. And then we just came up with this cracking show that we thought this has got to be it. And we were just so driven by that fourth year of not winning. And I know, it's not all about winning, but when you work so hard, you almost want to be recognized in some way that the work that you've put in is actually worth it.
Yeah.
So we got that win, and by that time we were old, man. So, and we thought, there's these young talented crews coming up now. So we've done our thing. That's kind of, we wanted to end it on a high, and we pretty much retired from competition. And as I'm sure now that everyone's kind of doing their own thing, but still, some are still in dance, some are pursuing other careers. But it's just cool to see everyone grow and go in different directions, have families, all that stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, that's dope. And I actually remember watching that AHC show, and that was incredible, man. Like, I think I'll never forget the feeling that that whole room had when Rewind finally won, and everyone knew like how much it meant to you guys, but also how much it meant to the community as well. And for us to kind of see that, it was like, damn, like, you know, that's what happens when you continue to work hard and you don't give up. And
Yeah.
the thing about that was like you guys, yeah, it wasn't about winning as well. Like you could see that you guys were about the team and you guys were about family, and you could see like even though you guys may not be dancing together now, you can still see that you guys still have a connection. You guys are always Rewind.
Yeah, man. I mean,
That's what we got from it.
yeah. I mean, I was just at Vince's 2 weekends ago drinking whiskey. And before that weekend, I was again at his house again a couple of weeks before that drinking whiskey. You know, we still try to catch up when we can. It's a bit harder these days, but you know, we do what we can to stay in touch, because you don't want to lose those kind of friendships, because it's just such a good memory, you know.
Yeah, exactly. That's dope.
Yeah. So that's a dance thing. I'm going on a bit about dance, but you know, that's a big part of my life, as it is yours.
Yeah, we love it.
But I guess, you know, in terms of career-wise, at the same time I was studying. You know, I had strict parents, you know, that wanted me to get that piece of paper. They didn't care what I did, but, you know, having that old school mentality as Asian parents, you know, and whipping you into line and keeping you disciplined and keeping you focused. I just kind of went, eeny, meeny, miny, mo. What career do I want to choose? I'll do a major in finance. Also, I'll do a Bachelor of Commerce, and I'll major in financial planning. So that wasn't really, you know, what I wanted to pursue as a kid. As a kid, growing up or watching a lot of sitcom stuff, I love Seinfeld. I don't know if you guys have ever seen.
Oh yeah, love it.
George Costanza wanted to be an architect, and I wanted to be an architect. I loved drawing, but you know, that kind of obviously didn't go the way I wanted it to. And so this was the next thing, and finance is where I'm at right now. And you know, I've been now in business for the last 5 years, but in the industry for about 15 years. So that tells you how old I am.
That's a lot of experience.
That's a lot of experience. Yeah, exactly right. So yeah, I mean, the finance world is an interesting one. You know, it's a lot that you need to take in to get your head around. And, you know, a lot of people, you know, think finance and it's not front of mind, you know, and it's an important part of, you know, progression in terms of, you know, giving you that opportunities you may want to pursue, or that lifestyle you might want to pursue. And, you know, some people need guidance and some people don't. And my job as a financial advisor is to give those people that don't have that absolute confidence to do it, that guidance and that coaching and then that mentorship. You know, I try to, you know, I really want to be as genuine as possible with my clients, and just, it's all about trust in my industry. You know, I don't know if you guys hear, but, you know, our industry gets absolutely smashed, because if one person does a bad thing, it's on the news and the whole industry is bad.
Right.
So, you know, we got to work hard to kind of, you know, get that trust back in with our clients, and really show them that we're genuinely here to help, and we genuinely care. Yeah, so finance, you know, for a lot of people is not front of mind, but you know, it really creates opportunities for you when you do the right thing. Just like, I guess, if I could kind of put it into more simple terms, you know, everyone needs to have structure and everyone needs to have a plan. You know, just I guess with flying art films. How's that going, by the way?
Yeah, good, bro.
Amazing.
We're growing. So, I mean, always learning. But yeah, it's been good that, you know, we're still here after 4 years and we're going to survive the pandemic, which is, so yeah, man, we're just doing our best to just hustle, I think is the key word, and just like learn and just adapt and just understand that the world is always changing.
For sure. Yeah.
Just trying to be smart with that, and trying to be smart with, like you said, structure and business and finances, obviously. Thing that creatives sometimes forget about, or they don't have front of mind, because at the end of the day, like, we don't do it for money, but money is like the fuel that drives us forward.
Yeah.
100%. You know, that's what puts food on the table, you know, and the absolute bare things that you need to survive is food and water, you know.
Yeah.
So, you know, it's an interesting thing, you know, when you have these conversations and you're trying to educate clients, but, you know, knowledge is power, as I'm sure you guys know.
Yeah.
But I guess, you know, in terms of you and your business, you know, I just love how you guys are so, I guess, involved in the community, and you're getting yourselves out there and you're trying to kind of, you know, do good things, and not just, you know, not just flying art films, but, you know, this Food for Thought podcast, which I'm loving. I had to listen to, I think Nak was on last week.
He was on a couple weeks back.
A couple weeks back.
Yeah, he was definitely on there.
Yeah, I jumped on the podcast to have a listen to his stuff. But you know, it's just cool that how you guys are so supportive of the community, and now even just launching Boogie and support.
Yeah.
Man, when I saw that logo, I thought it was like a Bitcoin. You know, I mean, I've got finance here, so I'm like,
Everything is money.
Yeah. So, I mean, there's different things that motivate people at the end of the day, right? And whatever your motivation is, that's cool. You know, just go at it and go at it 100%.
Yeah.
Ask a question. Yeah. What advice do you have for dancers or even creatives in the scene to take that first step into financial knowledge?
Yeah, look, I reckon the first thing is just to get the basics right. And the basic, when I say basics, that is to know your numbers. You know, understand, because dancers, their income is, you know, very up and down. You know, if you don't work, if you don't get a gig, you're not earning any income. So it's a bit harder to measure that, but you really got to know what you bring in every month, what you spend every month, and then what you can save every month. And what you can save is, you know, how you use that to your advantage. What you save, you can either spend it on stuff like food, clothes, shopping, whatever, or you can invest some of it to help kind of get you to that next level from a financial point of view. So you need to know your numbers, and that really starts off with having a budget. you're getting. Yeah.
Yeah. To bounce off of what you were saying about passion as well, I feel as though a lot of our listeners will be very young, and that is an advantage. And you have time to be able to explore and like and what
100%.
you're truly passionate about. And like, if you're doing things that don't get you excited, then maybe you shouldn't be doing that. And you know, you just keep exploring, just keep trying different things, and just be open minded and just be willing to explore.
Yeah, for sure. You know, realize when it's not going to work. You know, keep at it, give it a good crack. You know, put in your 100%, and if it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. If you're young, you've got time to try different things. It's like, you know, jobs. You know, you try different jobs until you find something you like. What you start off, what your first career is, does not have to be your last. You know, I've seen people jump from finance to hospitality. You know, people have gone from one profession to a complete opposite type of profession. So what you start off with is not necessarily going to be what you're going to do for the rest of your life. So don't be scared to try things, experiment. You know, especially being at a younger age, you've got that time to do it. But I would say don't wait. I think if I was to look back at things I did in my 20s, so there you go, everyone. I'm not 20 something, but
you're not.
I'm pretty.
You look
younger than us.
Yeah, dude.
I'm struggling to grow this. You know, this is like 3 weeks of growth. It's not really getting. I'm not really getting there with it. It's 3 weeks.
Solid.
It's cool. It's clean.
I want a Kimbo. I'm not getting that.
I just got this freshly trimmed as well.
That's good. I'm impressed.
Thank you.